Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jens, and welcome to all you new ones that just tuned in. Today I just wanted to make a little tour of our property here in Western Australia. We're on a 5-acre property, and I just wanted to show you how it is living on 5 acres and how it looks like. And I'll just show you quick the kois. They're doing good. So the kois, they're doing really fine. The filter is all working good as well. All the updates are done in the last couple of weeks with the static media and the anoxic filter basket. So far it's all working fine. I did a little change on my returns this week, or a couple of days ago, because I saw someone on YouTube who recommended to have all the returns, and of course they all should be all in one direction. That's what it used to be before, in one direction, but I had one return to the bottom. I mean, to explain this, there's one small return. There's a 50mm outlet, and then we have a big return 90mm, reduced to 65. What I've done for the last year, half a year, maybe more precise, I had that small return, had extended to the bottom, and I was running it with the big one and the top part, and then the small one on the bottom part, going the circulation this way. And I stumbled across one of the YouTube channels I'm following pretty closely. He's a professional koi dealer, and he recommends to his clients and customers to have only a return one direction, of course, but all the returns in one level, in the top level, so that only the top surface is getting circulated or moved, and then that, what he says, will then slowly transfer down to the bottom and then push all the dirt into the bottom drains. His reason for that is that you want that the bottom drains are taking all the fine dirt slowly from the dirt comes from the top, goes to the bottom, and then gets sucked out, so without disturbing the bottom and then pushing that dirt, the finer dirt, back up again. This is what he was explaining. So I just thought, sounds in some ways logic, so I'll just give this a go, and I'm not sure, I think it made a little bit of a difference. I'm just fighting with a bit of a yellow tinge in the bottom part of my pond. The top part is crystal clear, it's the bottom part, but probably the main reason for that is I'm still missing the UV sterile or UV light. I ordered the Evolution Aqua. I ordered almost 4 months ago. Had a few emails back and forth, and apparently it's now has arrived in Melbourne and at the airport with a big container. So the supplier is just waiting to get in cleared through customs, and then he's promised me like a couple of times now in the next couple of weeks to be sent out. So I think that little bit of yellow tinge could be more the reason that I have is because of that missing good UV light. The cheap one I have in there, I don't think it does anything. But enough waffling around about this UV light. So the pond and the kois are doing fine. Just show you a bit of our property. So we're going up here. Over here, this is our big shed. To the left, We've got a little one for our chooks. There are only 3. We used to have a bit more, but yeah. 6 months ago, a fox took 2 of them, or killed them. Didn't took them, and just killed them. So yeah, this is our big shed, cars and trailers, and in there, that is my little workshop. A bit messy. So, and then up there, I'll zoom you in. That tank up there, that is where all our water comes for the gardens. That's a 25,000 litre tank that sits up there and gets fed by pumps on the bottom from dams or my future well. I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, that gravity feeds all the way down here to the house, to the gardens. And it's only for the gardens and for the pond. So veggie patches there. So you got a few mandarin trees and lemon trees are here. Yeah, then I'll just show you. That is our nice little cottage. I was renovating the last 4 years. Put all new outside cladding on, insulated it. It was quite a bit of a work because, believe it or not, the walls weren't insulated. We were freezing in winter and sweating in summer. So let's just open this gate. So yeah, so we're going down here to the paddocks. So there's 5 acres, a tiny bit over 5 acres, I think 5.2 or something. But yeah, it's a really nice property, a bit hilly. It goes pretty high up there, and then here on the bottom is nice and flat. So, and then we got a couple of little soak dams fed by our underground water system. So yeah, lots of trees, and it's always something to do here, like cutting a tree down, it comes down. So, but it's nice. While I'm still young, I enjoy doing this. I mean, this will not be our retirement place. I have no intention to chainsaw trees when I'm 65 or something. So this is one of the smaller soak dams here. This in summer is quite nice because it's full with water lilies. They're all not dormant. We only see a few of the leaves up in the air. But yeah, this is one of the things. We have 3 of these dams, and it's easy to make a few more because the water level is quite low in this area. So yeah, there's another little job I have to do in the next couple of weeks. Clear this finally off. It's an old little hut, I think, for horses from previous owners that has collapsed. So yeah, and there you see our 3 alpacas. Got 3 of them here, just as pets. They don't do anything much. We just wanted alpacas when we got this property, and yeah, quite cute. Don't cost too much work. Just once a year, call the shearer, and he shears them down, and the wool, well, because there's no market really yet here in Australia for the alpaca wool, so I just use it as mulch. Believe it or not, it's pretty good to put it under the beds, flower beds or veggie beds, as mulch. But you have to cover it, otherwise it just ends up all the way through the garden because the birds will take it out. So yeah, here are my wife's little hobby, her ducks. She loves them. There used to be 14 in there, but yeah, 2 months ago 10 of them got killed by a fox. So yeah, it's one of the nuances we have here. Sometimes I always find a way into this little one out. So this is the little well I'm digging. The one I'm just pumping it with a petrol pump. It's under that cover there. So I just pumped it out a couple of hours ago. So normally it's almost got to that level there, that water. So in a few weeks time, when I get a little excavator again, I'll dig it a bit bigger, and there will be a solar pump coming in there, and then it's basically every day a few hundred or a couple thousand liters going up into that big tank in the top. I'll say, yeah, when we look over there from here, when you can't see the tank now from here, it's up there behind the bushes there, and believe it or not, it's a 16-meter height difference from where we're standing now up there, 16 meters. So it's quite good for gravity feeding. So yeah, and here is our creek that runs through the property. So yeah, that's at the moment full because of winter. It's all nicely full. In summer it dies down to just a little trickle. So let's come. This is another thing I want to clean up, all these oak leaves. So yeah, during the winter we have a little waterfall. Every now and then I come down here with a few wheelbarrows or concrete blocks or rocks I find on the property. There are plenty here. I'll fill them in, make a little dam here. So this is the second little dam. It's nice and full right now. All the water gets pushed up. This is where I had been pumping the water up into the tank till now, and I will keep the pump here just in case. But because of all the leaves that go in here, the water is not crystal clear. That's what I was saying in one of the previous videos. Was probably another reason why I had always this nice yellow tinge in the pond water. So I stopped using that water, and that's why I'm digging that well. Get crystal clear water. At least start with a good source water, and then it's much easier to control. So here coming in the second part of our property, and yeah, this is the third dam we have. And yeah, so there are no fish in there, not that I know of, but my plan is, let me show you. So yeah, it's 5 acres, lots of bush and trees. I mean, I cleared it in the last few years. I cleared a lot of it. It was just a mess when we got here. It hadn't been looked after for almost 10 years, I would say. I found stuff in these paddocks, who wouldn't believe it, old lawn mowers and shovels. And one time I had to believe it, because not even a farmer wanted to come over here and clean it. It was an attempt made previously by the real estate agent, and the farmer basically gave up. He came on here and his slasher from the tractor went straight into some metal. It basically half destroyed his blades, so he just refused to do anything more. So they left it, and the grass, the old grass and everything, it was that high. I had to come in here with a little push mower, you know, just a normal one. It was petrol, tiny little one you use only on a normal estate lawn, and cut it down inch by inch. Yeah, well, 5 acres. A couple of weeks, took me probably a couple of weeks. It was awesome for my hay fever. I've never experienced my hay fever ramping up that heavy. Probably took each day 5-6 tablets to do it. But yeah, no, it's all cleared, and since last 2 years ago, I got a ride-on mower, and I can easily clean this on a ride-on mower. Makes the job, if it would cost you days, with a little mower, it's now gone to an hour. You go an hour and you're done, and you do it a couple of times during the summer, and that's it. That's okay. I'll turn you around. You can see my beautiful face again. So that's our nice little 5-acre property. We bought it 5 years ago. We're living on a property half an acre with a brand new beautiful house. But then this basically went back to all the old thinking when we moved down here to Bridgetown. We had it in mind to get a big property, 5 acres, but friends and family sort of talked us out of it, just saying, it's too much work, and why do it just for the sake of having 5 acres. And yes, it's a point. It is a lot of work. There's no denying that. Anyone who has a 5-acre property and says, he doesn't have to do anything, well, he's lying, or he has made it that easy that he has only grass to cut down. And if you only have grass for 5 acres without trees and anything, yes, I agree, it is easy because you're only using a ride-on mower and do it 3-4 times a year, and that's it. But if you have a property like this with a lot of trees, especially our gum trees here in Australia, they are horrendous. Gum trees, when I say gum trees, eucalyptus is basically, we call them all gum trees here. So they're just messy. They lose their leaves 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You get constant leaves on the ground you have to sweep off. They're just a fire hazard. Honestly, I call them weed, just for the simple reason that they're sprouting everywhere. You cut a tree down, it will come back. These gum trees, they're almost indestructible. That's why they're probably so perfect here in Australia. Because when they burn down, it doesn't take them long, and they're sprouting out again. So don't be shocked when you see we're having these big wildfires and everything is destroyed. A couple of years later, it's all green again. These gum trees, they're honestly, in my opinion, are horrendous. And my goal in the next couple of years is, hang on, I have a nice picture for you to show. That's what I wanted to quick show you a bit closer now. This the beach one here in front, that's Perseus, and the dark one, that is Alastor. And over there, the big fella, that was on one of our first, that's Otis. Yeah, funny one. Okay, so that's my little wave on about gum trees. And the next couple of years, my goal is to cut 1 to 2 of these trees down here on the property and replace them with deciduous trees. I will not clean them all. I'll leave, of course, a couple, but just get a few deciduous trees in there, make the property more fireproof, because that's one of the big dangers you have. These gum trees, they light up like you wouldn't believe it, because they're full of oils and wax. When it's dry, they will light up, and you have a nice big bushfire on your own doorstep. So that's why I cleared a lot on this property in the last couple of years. All the little saplings that come up, I cut them straight down, and I don't let any little bushes come through. So just make it as fireproof as you can, because yeah, that's the one big danger we have here in Australia. There's the wildfires, because it it's similar to pine trees or pine plantations. You know, when these gum trees catch fire, it goes up. They go up in flame. You know, and there's no stopping them. You just can only make barricades around the fire or fire breaks to stop it. Otherwise, trying to extinguish it with water, yeah, that's basically like putting petrol onto a fire. There's not much use. I mean, you have to really dose it that heavy to keep it under control, to extinguish it. Yeah, the best thing what I can do here is just the mature trees are okay, and have enough gaps in the canopy so that they don't catch fire up there. And so far I think I did a pretty good job clearing this property. Yeah, so that is what I actually wanted to show you here, our little 5-acre property. We're pretty happy. Oh yeah, the plants, because we have all this water here, and I'm really got into the koi hobby. I want to, of course, use this water and these dams to do a bit of my own breeding, not in a commercial way, just trying to breed and spawn a few kois and just get the best out of them, and use the dams here to grow them big. That's sort of what the Japanese do with their mud ponds. At least I want to give it a go. If it will work is another thing. I put in that little dam with the lilies. I put 4 very young kois in there 2 years ago, and the first year they were great, and they developed awesome. Even without any food, they just ate what they had in the pond. And then last summer, suddenly they disappeared. The only reason for that I can imagine is that a heron or one of our kookaburras, it's a little bird similar to, in size like a crow. It's hard to describe, but they will go after your fish too, the kookaburra and the herons. So I only can imagine that they got taken by one of these 2 birds. But yeah, pardon me. That is the plan what I have. Last season I spawned a few kois, but it was an accidental spawn, not a plant one. This year I'm planning a proper spawn where I will collect 2 males and 1 female, and see how that will work, and then use these dams to grow them big and develop the best I can with them. So yeah, that's the plan for what I want to do with the kois, and see what I can do with it. I mean, I'm not an expert yet, and I'm not even close to being an expert. I'm just learning every single day, and just ordering or even special koi books about kois, and just to learn as much as I can. So okay, that's from me. I hope you liked a little bit of this story about us here, our property, and yeah, hope you liked it, and press the button if you did, and then see you next time. Thanks for watching, and catch ya.